Back now on Race for the White House, I'm David Gregory. Time for the back half. Happy to have you back with us. We're going to pose the three biggest questions of the 08 race for the day, and still with us. For the first time, Joe Watkins, Republican strategist and an MSNBC political analyst. Joe served as a White House aide to President George H.W. Bush. Susan Molinari is here, Republican strategist and former New York Congresswoman. John Harwood, CNBC's chief Washington correspondent and a political writer for the New York Times. And Rachel Maddow, host of the Rachel Maddow Show on Air America, also an MSNBC analyst. First up, it's getting hot in here. Race took center stage on the trail in Florida today, while the campaigns continue to trade accusations about the race card. In Orlando, McCain engaged in some tough back and forth about inner-city violence and racial equality with members of the National Urban League. While in St. Petersburg, Florida, Obama was heckled by some angry protesters who wanted to know what Obama had ever done to help the black community. The day was capped off with the McCain campaign sending out a new fundraising email with a link to this web video mocking Obama as the Messiah. First question then, how has the tone of this campaign changed this week? John Harwood.
I think it's gotten a lot tougher, and a lot of Republicans had been saying, while Barack Obama was having pretty good weeks over the last several weeks, he had a nice trip to Europe, that John McCain cannot win this on the basis of his own appeal, or he can't win a charisma fight with Barack Obama. He really needs to make Barack Obama the focal point of the election and go after him more aggressively than he has. He's done that this week, and that has worked for him. On the other hand, what I'm hearing from Democrats is no candidate wins a referendum on himself, and so Barack Obama has got to come back very aggressively at John McCain, hit him just as hard, and I suspect that given the tone that we've taken this past week, it's going to get a little bit uglier.
Well, you know, Susan, it's interesting that sources within the McCain campaign that I've talked to have said, finally, maybe there's been some fits and starts this week. Maybe there are questions about execution. But finally, there's a view inside the McCain campaign that they have a narrative here, that they have a way to frame the election, which is McCain is for country first, Obama is all about himself, and that they're going to keep hammering away at this for the next couple of weeks.
Well, I think what the McCain campaign saw was a Clinton campaign when Senator Clinton and Senator Obama were in the primaries, where Senator Clinton tried to play nice and tried to not point out some of the inexperienced failings of Barack Obama that came from, voting president 130 times when he was in the Illinois State Senate, and sort of his overall lack of position. So I think that what the McCain campaign has finally gotten around to doing is to, quite frankly, adapting to what Senator Clinton did towards the second half of her campaign, which is
Rachel,
to say,
look, it was
we're going to put you
President
on notice. This is going to be a fair fight.
Right, yeah, but former President Clinton, Rachel, said it would be a roll of the dice to nominate Barack Obama. What's different about what McCain is trying to do here?
I think that they are, to a certain extent, copying what Senator Clinton, the way Senator Clinton campaigned against Senator Obama, and Senator Clinton lost, we should remember. So I'm not sure it's a great place to get tips on how to beat him.
No, I think they're trying not to make the same mistakes that Senator Clinton made. She ran a good campaign, but she made some mistakes in not engaging Barack Obama. And, they've said to Barack Obama, guess what? You're not going to race bait us. You're not going to do that to us. We're not going to sit back and take that.
I love that Joe, how have you created the impression today that Barack Obama is the race baiter? If you think about it, isn't that kind of incredible?
He basically was saying that McCain and Republicans were going to do this. They were going to do this racist thing to him. And the truth of the matter is that they're not. They're not about that.
Joe, honestly, in the world, when you look at Barack Obama's electoral chances, you look at the polling where people will admit, double-digit numbers of Americans will admit that they will consider race when they vote.
No doubt.
No. Americans admit this in polling.
I agree with you.
They admit that this
I'm
happens.
black. I live with this every day. I know.
Fair enough. So Americans admit that a scary proportion of Americans will admit that they will consider race when they vote, and that will make them not vote for Barack Obama. The whole tone of the campaign from Senator McCain is who does he think he is? And I don't know if he's a socialist. You better ask him, and all of this stuff. I think for Barack Obama to say they're going to try to make you scared of me, they're going to try to remind you how different I am than everybody else who's ever run for this, that is probably the most fair thing he said in the entire campaign. To call that race baiting is ridiculous.
Let me just get in here. Let me get in here. Joe, quick comment, then let me get on to question two.
Right. Well, I don't think it's fair to call John McCain or his campaign, or to say Republicans are going to be racist. They're going to come after me on the basis of race to make you afraid of me. I think it's fair. I think it's fair for John McCain's campaign to say, don't do that anymore. That's not fair and right.
All right.
And John McCain accepted the apology, said, you know what, let's move on from this.
All right, next up, McCain may have stopped Obama's momentum this week. He certainly had the attack lines, and He's in the news cycles, but is he actually gaining ground with voters? NBC's First Read analyzes it this way. To use a boxing analogy, McCain is putting Obama into a bear hug, making it nearly impossible for the Illinois senator to move in the polls or land a punch. For now, the McCain campaign appears to have a way to knock Obama off message. The only problem for McCain, he's still not on any message of his own other than we shouldn't have Obama. Skip ahead actually to the question in all of this, Susan Molinari, which is, if McCain is on the attack, does he have equal vigor behind what he's for, not just what he's against?
Well, I think he does, and I think it all depends on what the media is going to cover. I mean, John McCain gave a very thoughtful, very concrete speech today before the Urban League, where he outlined in detail his plans and his proposals for education, for energy, and for the environment, for the future, and the economy, and what his economic stimulus package would look like if he were elected president. So I think he has consistently spoken at least about these three issues, and obviously about the war on terror.
This is what he wants us to be talking about, not that speech today, John Harwood. They put out these ads. Rick Davis took the tack that he took to make this an issue. They want to make Obama the issue. That's where they want the spotlight. They want to bring him down more than apparently they want to focus on their own message, at least this week.
No, exactly right. And look, where Barack Obama would have been on more solid ground had he not said, they're going to make you scared of me because I look different, right. But rather had he said, they hope you're going to be scared at me because I look different, because that's definitely true. But there is one issue where John McCain has been making concrete progress, and he's been pushing it very hard, and that's the issue of energy and his pursuit of nuclear energy, oil drilling, things that are polls show are popular. And in fact, we've got some news I think we're going to talk about a little bit later. Today, Barack Obama is saying he might be willing to compromise on offshore drilling as part of a broader energy strategy. That shows that John McCain was making some affirmative headway with that issue.
And I want to pick up that issue a little bit later on in the program because it's very interesting and it's new tonight. Finally, Obama and McCain's poll position. The latest NBC News Wall Street Journal poll has Obama with 47%, McCain with 41%. Obama's 6-point lead is outside the margin of error, might be considered comfortable in a different climate. But when voters are asked which party, regardless of candidate, they're preferred to win the White House, 43% feel strongly that the next president should be a Democrat. Only 28% want a Republican. This is a year when Democrats have a huge landscape advantage, an unpopular president, power in Congress, and a demoralized opposition. And yet, McCain is running way ahead of the Republican brand while Obama is running behind the Democratic brand. The question, why isn't Obama farther ahead? Rachel?
I think because in the big picture, John McCain is winning the election right now. I mean, you don't see it in those national head-to-head polls, but again, we do not have a national election. And you've got to look at the way that he's moving up in those battleground states. As long as this election is about Barack Obama, John McCain has a chance of winning it. If this election is about George Bush and John McCain and Republican rule and what the last 8 years have been like, but Obama could win it without ever opening his mouth and never giving another beautiful speech. And frankly, for all of McCain's, I think, awkwardness on the stump, for all of the difficulties his campaign has had, they have kept the focus on Obama, and until Obama can turn that around, he will lose.
I think Obama hasn't...
Real quick, go ahead.
I don't think Obama has really defined himself just yet. I mean, we certainly know he's a great speaker. He's a brilliant guy. He's a very, very smart guy. He's well educated. He's got a wonderful family. Those are all wonderful things. He's terribly charismatic. I mean, look at the crowds over in Germany when he was over there as a rock star about a week or so ago. But at the end of the day, people still don't know where he stands on a whole host of issues. And it's not enough to be charismatic. It's not enough to be charming, to be inspiring even with your words. People want to know, where's the beef?